What's up, everyone? This is KTD Sports. I'm Bill White. With me, as always, Devin Pickney.
You're
What's up, Devin?
it's a Saturday night. We're a little late this week,
Yeah,
but it's been a busy. Winter slows down, but it's been busy.
yeah, it definitely has been.
We both
Definitely has been.
relate.
Yep. But
But
Christmas
football,
time's coming up. Christmas time's coming up, and Views from Saturn, which I've been working on. That's my company. And if you need anything for your Christmas shopping, go to Views from Saturn, ebay.com
indeed.
slash STR slash Views from Saturn. You can find everything you want there. Disney, sports, everything, hats, shoes, boots, purses, the whole nine.
You got your cards on there.
Oh yeah, there's cards on there, all kinds of cards. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a spin.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I gotta add a category on there. We got categories for Disney, NHL, NFL, MLB. If you want all that, it's easy to find. You click it and scroll through. I have to add. I'm gonna add the card shop category. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. So make
Yes,
things easy.
sir.
Yep. So check that out. Views from Saturn. But it's week 14. And we got 12 games on the slate here. We already had one. We had the Thursday night game already happen.
Kind of a
And
clunker.
now we got the legend of Baker Mayfield. We got the fucking
I
resurgence, dude.
I'm
The
glad there's no FanDuel in mass right now because I was ready to put $100 on Las Vegas, but I wasn't able to. And it's
yeah.
funny because last time I bet on them, they blew a
You mean
17 point. Last time I bet on Vegas, they blew a
on
17
Rams,
point
not
lead.
Vegas. No, Vegas, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
Vegas
playing
and
the
Rams.
Rams.
I'm all mixed up. Yeah,
I was like, Walford's injured. Baker's got there for 3 days. Like,
yeah.
like
Can't
what's he got
expect
a
them to do
10
anything.
play playbook? Like,
Hmm.
but Sean McVay, he earned his cookie that
You know what
game.
it is? He takes the scraps from Cleveland, right? Because Baker Mayfield he went to Carolina, but he's a Cleveland guy. You know what I mean? He lived in the stadium. I saw in the commercials. So
He's
he
familiar.
he's just like Odell Beckham. Leaves Cleveland, goes to the Rams, resurgence over there, right? Sean McVay, he can get these
So
guys.
honestly, this was like probably. I bet there was like 12, or there should have been at least 12 teams putting in a claim for Baker because it's
There's
kind
only
of
one,
a.
right?
Oh, I wasn't sure. I thought the Niners put in, but the Rams were ahead in priority.
I thought that I read that they were the only team. I
Oh,
could
for
be
real?
wrong. I could be wrong, but I thought they were the
But
only team that put in a
that's
waiver claim.
neither here nor there. Should have been like 10
Well, because it
teams
makes
put in.
sense though, because they won the Super Bowl, right? So that gives them the last waiver. Is that how that works?
Uh, Perhaps, but
I'm not really sure how that works. Waivers is weird
we'll
in the
get back to
NFL.
that.
Yeah, but either
But I
way, who
thought it was
cares?
a
So the Rams got him though,
yeah,
you
I thought it
know.
was a
So
perfect mesh because it's like, all right,
definitely,
this seems like hitting the shit. The shit is
hmm
hitting the fan over here.
yeah,
They could use just about anyone that's played professional. Because you put in Bryce Perkins, that's instant loss. Like
yeah,
he's not ready. He's might not even be that good. At least Baker's won games. He's been in the playoffs. Whatever. Plug him in. The
yeah,
Rams. He incentivizing him. This is a 4 game audition
yeah,
because he's gonna be out of there unless they offer him some money if he looks good. But if he
yeah. They
can
have
just do like
Stafford though. What are you
if
gonna
he
do with
can
that?
look, but Stafford has been banged up this like last year they
Yeah, well, I guess you can sign him as a backup probably because you're giving Stafford the money. You know what I mean? If
yeah
they
you
could
gotta
re-sign Baker to back up Stafford, which would be a good deal for Baker. You know what I mean?
what if Stafford hang it up like
Possible. Why
he
would
just
he
got
could?
beat. Their offensive line was shady last year and they
Mm,
lost like 4 guys from that unit. Now it looks like
yeah,
shit. He's gotten
yeah,
drilled every game. They have no
yeah.
run game. Like at one point, is it worth it? They have no picks, and now you're
Yeah,
about to
no
be
offense.
your team is going to be top 5 pick, and that's not yours.
Yeah,
So
the Lions get it.
what's the future? What's the like bright spot? Because your roster is getting older. You have
Yeah,
no.
there's not other than it's a free agent destination.
They've done all these trades because they've missed on all their picks. Like, what was the last draft pick that they nailed? Like
Van
Gurley,
Jefferson's been all right.
like Jefferson's been decent, and every opportunity he's had to like be a guy or be a factor. I know we're
No,
spending
I'm
a grip
just
on the Rams, but it's just I would not want to be a fan over there because
yeah, because
or
Cam Akers has been better since they got rid of Henderson, or is that his name Henderson? Yeah,
Henderson.
yeah. Since he's been gone, Akers been getting the ball. Akers been relatively productive and scoring touchdowns. So
That
maybe
being said, they were about to cut him. His,
there was
they're
something going
gonna
on there. There
they're
was
gonna
something
send
going
him to
on.
the bargain bin. I don't know what.
They had no,
Like
they had to send him to the fucking loony bin is what I think happened. I don't know if it was a loony bin, but like there's something happened between Akers and the Rams where he had to have a little reset, I think happened. And now he's back. He's company man.
it's not a good situation, like
It's not.
whatsoever. Like
No, 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 it's not. And they have no fans too. That sucks. Imagine with the Super Bowl having no fans. Like a
and
fucking
then so now whatever's there is not sticking around. They're
no, Cooper Cup.
bottom team.
Yeah, Cooper Cup. And an aging your defense is good. Your defense is aging.
Yeah, Donald's in the 30s. Cup's getting up there. He's
Ramsey.
late. He's late
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, Cup was a 4-year college player. So
Yeah, this is his like fifth year of the league or something.
something. But yeah, enough about the past, enough about Thursday, right? We'll move into
New slate.
Sunday. Sunday. The Sabbath, right? Isn't that what they call? Um we uh we got some good games here. We got this one's pretty good game. We got the Eagles, 7-point favorites on the road in the Meadowlands to play the Giants. We got there.
Honestly, I don't know what's going on with Saquon. I think I'm probably gonna go Philly just because
Yeah. I
Saquon's
thought
had
you were gonna
limited.
say
He's had well, he hasn't looked great. Like
that.
weeks 1 to 6, you're like Saquon's back, let's go. And then since then, he's getting 30 carries in games, and then now he's slowing down.
Yeah.
Regardless, now he's hurt. So if he
Yeah.
doesn't play, like what do they really have going on? Like
Um,
Daniel Jones running
Wandale
for his life.
Robinson.
He's good, but it's a lot on the rookie.
Yeah.
So now you're relying on Darius Slayton and crew. Like
Yikes. That's not good. You don't want to do that. So I also have the Eagles here. No, the Giants are they were
there's
good at the
like
beginning of the year. There have been injuries and the talent's already borderline.
yeah,
Injuries is a fucking
there's
sinking
already
ship.
an argument for it was fluky how they got here,
Yeah,
and then
of
now
course.
it's kind of like no one really believed in it. Like I thought Minnesota, like at this point in time, would have tumbled down. Now Giants is doing the plunge.
Yeah.
It's just
Minnesota has
thing.
way more talent than the Giants do. Yeah.
I still don't believe in them, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So moving on here, we got AFC East. We got the Jets at the Bills. Bills are favored by 10 points.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, 10 points. And last week, how did the Jets do last week? They lost, right? They played Minnesota. They lost by 5 to Minnesota with Mike White.
Oof.
Mike White looks good. Mike White's better than what's his face from
Wilson.
BYU, Zach Wilson.
I'm just so one team's look decent and one like Jets have a great defense. And on the other side, Bills, what's going on with Josh Allen? They have no run game. They have no pass rush. The corners are banged up.
Yep.
So honestly, I'm probably gonna take the Jets to cover. I think they'll lose by like 7.
Yeah.
Because Mike White in Buffalo scares me, but that's a lot of points. So
Yeah.
that's why
I
I'm going.
Actually I was thinking Jets. I'm going Buffalo. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go Buffalo.
despite all of that,
All that. I just think that with Josh Allen, just 10 points, Jets. The Jets can easily shit their pants
they can
in this game.
offensively.
You know?
They can. I
So
don't
and
think
it looked good. Garrett Wilson looked good. Mike White and Garrett Wilson connection looks like a
that's
good connection. You know what I mean?
just
He's getting Elijah Moore involved. You know what I
just
mean? So
White to Wilson is more
yeah,
yards than Zach Wilson over the game, like to all
also Wilson.
receivers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Like
I
Mike
know.
White to one receiver is like double of Zach Wilson's total game yards.
Yeah.
So there's a clear improvement there. I hope it's enough for them to stay in the game, but I could see
Yeah.
your scenario too.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna go with. But I like I know I'm a Patriots fan, as you could see, but I want the Jets to win the game, though. You know what I mean? I hate the Bills.
Yeah,
Like in the
just
Jet.
shake up the standing.
Yeah,
The
and
Bills aren't getting a
I like
wild
the Mike
card
White
now.
story. I think the Jets need to stick with Mike. We'll see how things play out, but the way I think they should stick with Mike White and not draft another quarterback. Don't go to Zach Wilson. See what you got, Mike White, because he puts up numbers. He slings it, you know.
I'm I like the idea of that, but I'm drafting one too because
Oh,
it's at this
okay.
point you're throwing it's a dart
You're right.
throw overall.
You're right, but I think that they shouldn't spend a first round pick on a quarterback.
That's that's probably
That's
fair.
that's more what I they because they have other needs. Where you Mike White, even if you don't completely believe him as your future, he's good enough to play another year. You know what I
Yeah, you
mean?
probably want to take like offensive line with that first
Yeah,
pick
yeah,
because like Becton's been hurt and like
yep,
just not available, and
yeah.
the rest of it's uninspired. Like Vera Tucker has been out all year. That's their
Mhm.
other best lineman. So
Well, he's a rookie, isn't he?
second year, I believe they last year
Oh,
the
you talk about you at the US out of USC.
USC. Yeah.
He's a rookie this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's who the
well, they
Patriots may have drafted if he was on the board still, right? Am I getting that? Oh no, am I wrong? Hold up, I'm
I'm
getting
pretty
my
sure he
drafts
played
mixed up.
because
You're right. He was drafted ahead of Mac Jones,
yeah,
and if
and
he
he
was on the
played.
board, they're thinking that I think he would have took him
Yeah,
over Mac
he's
Jones.
played very good too.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
before and the Jets traded up to get him, I believe,
They did. Yeah.
because
He's a good player.
their second pick was late draft.
Yeah. If you want to hear more about Veritalk, you could check out our draft show 2 years ago. Right? We went over Veritucker. Right?
Just on it
Um.
with those.
Oh yeah. We go all over the linemen. We're all over the linemen. But next we got the Vikings. You want to talk about the Vikings? Vikings on the road in Detroit, and Detroit's favorite by 2 points. Detroit is favorite by 2 points against the Vikings. Why?
So uh, there's no respect for
Oh,
Minnesota here.
the
On
hell?
the other hand, like I heard a stat, like Minnesota is one of there's like they're the worst team, the worst 10-2 team ever, like DVOA metric, which I
Really?
believe is I think that's a yards metric.
Oh,
I don't
the advanced
but that
metrics.
being said,
I'm not about that. I'm about the eye test.
indeed, but basically they're saying like over 10-2 teams, they have the worst statistics wise. Like defense, like they have a terrible defense, but just the
They do.
offense is so loaded that that's carried them in the games.
Mhm.
And Detroit also, they've looked great for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Really, like Jared Goff's throwing 300 plus
Also
yards.
looking good. Yeah.
Uh, and Justin Jefferson, their first early season matchup, got 14 yards
Mhm.
against them. So they have some kind of game plan. I think that's not
Yeah.
going to happen twice. I
No,
don't think.
Jefferson's gonna torch them in this game.
So that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah,
I
I'm going Vikings here. I'm not falling for it.
I'm going to take the
I'm not falling
Vikes.
for it. Yeah.
I'm trying to
Dude,
rationalize both sides. Like I want to take
dude, it's
Detroit,
like
but 2 points
it,
is godly. Like they should be home dogs. Like
and you're talking about it's a 10 and like the worst 10-2 team ever. It's still the 10-2 team against the fucking Lions. You know what I mean?
that's what it
Not like
boils
they're going
down
against the
to.
Eagles, you know?
They should be favored. In that
They
point,
should be favored. This is disrespectful.
if they
This is
were favored,
disrespectful.
I still don't feel like a lock about it. But if they were favored, I'm taking Detroit just because of the dog. But you're telling me 10-2 is like they're getting points in Detroit, so that's too. It might be fishy, but I'll take it.
So who you got the Vikings, right? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
I'm
telling
taking
me?
the Vikes.
Okay. All right.
It's
We're
a
gonna move on. You good? I got the Vikings too. We're gonna move on here. We're gonna go Browns at Bengals. Bengals favored by 5.5 points. Here's a stat: Joe Burrow's never beat the Browns.
and I don't know
That's
what
kind of
Miles
crazy.
Garrett. think Myles Garrett has the most sacks against Burrow in Burrow's
He's all
career.
over his graveyard at his house.
Also, like, and since he's O line, still not great despite all the changes.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Deshaun was throwing worm burners and ground balls last week all game. He
Hey, did
still
you
looks rusty.
what happened? What we said happened would happen. Remember, as we said, take the Texans in the first half, the
Yeah,
Browns in the second, the Browns for the game.
right. And
It's
then
exactly how it
the
played out.
defense and specials opened it up in the second half.
Yeah, dude.
But
Watson's gonna be better in this game too.
yeah, he can't look worse than that. Like,
He had to get.
just
He had to
like
get.
bottom
You got to
line.
get some game speed back. You know what I mean? And that's what the last week
So
was a. I feel like the NFL was kind of like breaking his balls, putting them against Houston in the first game back, right?
yeah, they knew.
But that may have been the best thing for him to go against the worst team in the league in his first game back. You
And
know
that
what
was
I
a
mean?
hostile environment.
Whatever.
But yeah, they he should have looked better than he did. So I'm gonna take Cincy just because I can't like bet against him and sleep at night because
No, I
Burrow will
agree.
torch.
I agree. I'm gonna take the Bengals also. Bengals are trending upwards right now.
And that's without mixing. They're beating Kansas City. They're
Yeah.
beating like they won like three in a row. Like
Hmm. No, they
so
look good.
they're getting their
T.
studs
Higgins,
back.
T. Higgins is a beast.
Yeah, he hasn't
Jamar
missed a
Chase is
beat.
back from injury.
Chase came back hitting the ground running.
Yep, looking
It's
good.
just like the offensive line worries me and their secondary worries me, but
Mhm.
their offense can keep up with anybody. So
Yeah, especially the Browns. So, speaking of the Texans, next Texans at Cowboys. Cowboys favored by 17 points. 17.
ooh,
That's two touchdowns and a field goal.
that's
That's
is that
beating
the
the
highest
shit out
number?
of them.
Is that the highest number we've seen?
I think it is. I think it is.
I'm inclined to go Dallas too. That's the
Me
crazy
too.
thing. Just because who didn't Dallas just curb stomp somebody? Like
Yeah,
now
they
they're
won
playing
54-19 against the Colts
now they're
last
playing
week.
a worse team.
Yeah, and the Texans lost. We was talking about to the Browns by 13 to the Browns last week. With the
That's
yeah, and the Cowboys, like you said, they cursed off the goddamn Colts. Fucked them up, dude.
so that definitely influenced this week's line.
Oh yeah,
And I'm just gonna take Dallas. I don't
yeah,
feel like 100% just because I feel like Houston can scrap together a late game touchdown, or but how far is the game away
yeah.
at
And then
that
then
point?
they'll lose by 38. You know.
That's what I'm worried about. Like it's probably out of reach anyway.
Yeah,
But 17, that's the biggest number, so it's
yeah.
eerie.
That's
But
saying
give me
something. It's telling, is what it is. You
because
know.
I want to see the percentage of like how much what, the money is on Dallas or the money is on Houston. Because I just imagine everyone just slapping Dallas.
Yeah,
That's probably why it jacked up. But
yeah.
yeah, give me the
Oh,
boys, I guess.
yep. Me too. Here's one. Here's one. The Jaguars on the road in Tennessee to play the Titans. Titans are favored by 3.5 points. Is Trevor Lawrence playing in this game?
He should be. I think he missed a few practices, but I
Okay.
I haven't heard that he's missing. So
Yeah. I'm gonna go Tennessee in this game.
Tennessee. What was the points
Yeah.
again?
3.5 in favor of Tennessee.
Yeah. I'm I'm gonna go Tennessee as well
Yeah.
because they've lost a few games. They played
Yeah.
Cincy and they played Philly, but those are two of the top five, six best teams in the league.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and they've looked good despite that. So and I think Derrick Henry runs he gets 200 yards against the Texans every time. Against Jacksonville, he might get like 180
Yeah.
every like average. So I
Yeah.
see a big Henry game and
Yeah, me too.
Jacksonville. I just don't trust him. So
Me either. So yeah, we both got Tennessee there. We're gonna move right along. We got the Ravens on the road to play the Steelers. Steelers are favored by 2 points. Jackson's out, right? We got no Jackson, but Huntley.
indeed, the Huntley show.
I like Huntley too. He's good.
He showed up I mean, this past game, the Broncos game, they had they probably shouldn't even have won that. Then they
Yeah.
didn't look good. But you have Justin Tucker at Mile High, so that's
What do you
kind of your
expect?
advantage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now getting first team reps all week, they'll
Mhm.
look better. But that being said, I like what's going on in Pittsburgh. I don't know what they'll win by, but I think they could win by one or something off a 2 point. But I'll
Yeah.
take the points and take the chance.
You're taking
So
Pittsburgh?
yeah, give me Pittsburgh.
I'm also taking Pittsburgh because then you finish above 500 so Tom can continue the streak and
Because
it's gonna happen.
he's
It's
never
going to
not.
happen. So, two
Yeah,
points.
there's
Give
gonna
me
be
the
like a
win.
pass interference on a fourth down. Because
Palmer's gonna trip somebody on the sideline. Remember he did that before he stuck his foot out, like the fucking Buffalo Wild Wings commercials.
yeah,
Yeah. All right, moving on here. We got the Chiefs 8.5 point favorites on the road in Mile High to play the Broncos. You know how I say it. Russell Wilson, no thanks. Give me the Chiefs. Never take the Broncos. Never take Russell Wilson.
yeah, I'm inclined to take
You
the
know they won
Broncos as
last.
well.
They didn't win, right? They lost by one, but they covered. I think that's what
Yeah, I
happened.
think pretty sure they lost.
Yeah, where am I? Where's my thing? Where are the Broncos on my list?
Yeah, I think.
Broncos, Ravens. Yeah, Ravens won 10-9. 10 to fucking 9 because Lamar Jackson got hurt. So Chiefs by 8,000.
But I was looking into the stats, and Denver, they're one of the worst offenses. Obviously, like something's not working.
Like
But
all time.
as far as like a yards per play, yards per drive basis, they're like not in the middle of the pack. They're in the back end of the middle, like the 20s. But they move the ball at a decent rate. It's just once they get inside the 20, perhaps even inside the 40, like
It all
there's
goes to
a
hell.
instant halt. That's
Yep.
turnovers. That's missed field
Yep.
goals,
Yep. Turnover and downs.
getting sacks, going
Fucking.
backwards.
Yep.
Like they've had a lot of they're getting fumbles at the 1 yard line instead of punching
Mm.
it in. Like
It's been bad.
it's like if they score because they're shooting themselves in the foot. If they score on half of those opportunities, they're
Yeah.
probably scoring 20 a game
Yeah.
instead of 12.
Yeah.
Like so it's but I'm still taking the Chiefs. Maybe they
Yeah.
figure it out next year, Denver, which I don't
You got a
also
while with Russell Wilson. They're in trouble. They
I
are in
think he
trouble.
can't look like I said, if half of those touchdowns is a very regressive stat, either upwards or backwards. It's rarely like the number one scoring team is rarely the next one, like the following year, because red zone efficiency is flip flop.
Yeah.
I'm like, statistically, he cannot be worse than this. And if he is, then obviously you already have a nightmare on your hands, but
Yeah.
it has to
So,
be better. It's not going to happen now. So give me the Chiefs.
yeah.
But,
And I really hate to be a defensive player on the Broncos though, because the defense is good. The defense is legit on the Broncos.
yeah, this is like the Joe Flacco Ravens.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
offense is scoring
Except they're not
like
winning any games. That's the problem. The Ravens won games. You know?
they were because they were middle of the pack at least like scoring,
Yeah.
but a lot of their games were like they were winning like
Yeah. The,
20 to
the
12
Broncos
or
the Broncos have way more talent too than the Ravens did too. That's a fucked up thing. But let's move along here from the Broncos. We got the Panthers. Excuse me, Panthers on the road in Seattle. Played the Seahawks 3.5 point favorites. Seattle is. I'm gonna go Seahawks here. The Panthers suck. Who's starting?
that
Darnold?
is true. Darnold is starting. He's looked better. Like
Then
I'm not
what?
saying he's looked
Then
great,
what?
better than like
Then
complete shit.
Josh Rosen? He
He
looked
looked
better than
like
Josh
dog.
Rosen.
Let's just start the year. And
Dude,
I'm
he
saying
sucked.
he's better from that. It's not much, but it's not that either. So
No,
I'll take Carolina because I have questions with
that's
Seattle. I think
crazy.
their defense has not looked good by any measure, like stopping the run or scoring per game wise.
You're out of your
Also,
mind. You're out of your mind
and
taking
also,
Carolina in Seattle.
yep,
Carolina traveling to Seattle.
indeed.
Carolina, what you're saying is you're pulling out the flaws for the Seahawks. Carolina is
I
a
am.
flaw. They just suck everything. They have an interim head coach. They have fucking their best
They have.
players are all gone this year.
I
You know,
disagree. If you
there's
look at a,
nothing.
I think if you insert a average level, like league average quarterback, because they have like Derek Brown on the defense as a franchise D tackle. They got Brian Burns as a franchise
The
edge.
defense is okay.
They got J.C. Horn, like C.J. Henderson is a former first round pick. He's looking better. Jeremy Chin, he's hurt, but he's a
Yeah,
phenom when he's playing.
Chin's good too.
Offensively, you got DJ Moore, you got a franchise tackle in a Kongwu.
DJ Moore waiting to
They
pop
got
still. Waiting for DJ Moore to.
so if you have like 3, 4 blue chippers and then like I don't know,
Yeah.
like
Imagine if you
4
add
red
Christian
chips.
McCaffrey. Imagine if you added Christian McCaffrey to that, how good they'd be.
Right, but now you have extra capital going into this
Dude,
season.
dude,
You can use
give,
that to bump
give
up.
me Tyler Lockett. Give me DK Metcalf. Give me
They're
who was their running back? The Michigan State running back. You know what I mean? Give me them.
they're CJ Stroud away from.
Give me Will Disley.
Hey, and Kenny Walker left. He's a
Kenny
game
Walker.
time call. DJ Dallas is a game time call. Both of them guys got hurt.
Dude,
So you're looking at
They
Trav.
always produce running backs.
You're looking at
All
Travis
running backs do
Homer
good in
starting
Seattle.
potentially.
Travis Homer. Yeah, start him.
He's a decent third
He's good.
down. You put him in for like a passing down situation, but him like running between the tackles. So
Yeah.
I they might not have enough
I was big
given
on
their
Travis
injuries.
Homer coming out of college. I thought he was gonna be something.
Maybe just raw
Him
in
and Bryce
Seattle.
Love.
So
Him and
Bryce
Bryce
Love,
Love.
I want them to do shit, but
Oh man.
the no
I used to watch
opportunity.
Stanford. I used to work late. I worked with you at the BBC back then.
Yeah,
And I used to fucking come home late and I'd fucking be able to watch Stanford play because we fucking midnight. You know what I mean?
yeah, the West Coast game.
Look at Bryce Love. I always see him like, oh, he's gonna be good. Nope, not.
No shot, no
I
chance.
traded. I missed out on drafting him in my dynasty league, and I traded Hunter Renfrow for him
Uh,
on because I know fucking Hunter Renfrow was. You know what I mean? He was like the fourth receiver at Clemson. No one knew who Hunter
yeah,
Renfrow was.
and he didn't really do shit immediately
No,
either.
so I was like,
So
all right, I'll just trade you this crap guy for. And they took it. I traded him, and I'm like, oh, cool. I wish I had I actually
yeah,
do have Hunter Renfrow again, ironically not on that team, but you know what I mean.
it's a
This year he
50-50
sucked
because
this year.
like yeah, he had that like 2, 3 year run of being like a top 30 wideout
Yeah,
statistically, and then
yeah.
this year plummet. Like
He just hurt too. He started the year hurt.
yeah,
But either way, let's move on here. Here's a good one. Buccaneers at 49ers. 49ers are favored by 3.5 points with Brock
yeah.
Purdy.
Give me San Fran. I think Tampa Bay sucks. To put it lightly, I think. Well, Fournette's banged up. Obviously, Rashad White looks better right now. Probably is better, but Tom Brady offensively, they just barely came back that last week
Hey,
against a
whether you win, whether you
crap
win by
Saints
an
team.
inch or a mile, right? That's what they say.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Tom Brady, Tom Brady," but if you watch the game, he's skipping balls. There's miscommunication. The offensive line, like, there's no left tackle or Wirfs is out. The center obviously has been gone, but there's like too many dominoes missing. Defense doesn't look great.
All you need is that pivot game that happened last week. I've been saying it. The Buccaneers are going to be second this end of the season strong. Give me the Bucks. Fire the cannons.
Only thing I like over there is Godwin right now.
Godwin's
And
nasty.
Rashad White looks good, but the
Yeah, you could
Godwin's
check
like,
Drew Saturn and there's a Godwin rookie card on there, auto, and there's a Godwin National Treasures auto patch numbered, I think 10 on there.
because I don't know what's going on with Mike Evans, but they go as far as God. If Godwin has a crap day, they're losing. I think
Yeah,
they're losing in general. But Kyle Shanahan, this is perfect. He's just gonna ask Brock Purdy to make like 2 throws like that matter, like 2 20-yard throws. Other than that,
yeah.
it's gonna be screens. It's gonna be
I hope
boots.
I hope it's a high scoring game. That's what I'm rooting for here. I want to see Brock Purdy do good, and I want to see Tom Brady do good. I
Yeah,
want to see
the only
big numbers.
that's the only thing. It's Tom Brady versus the last pick in the draft.
Just
Like,
irrelevant.
so if 49ers they lose by 7, like I'm not surprised because or they lose by 14. I'd be a little surprised at that because it's the number one defense going
Yeah,
against a discombobulated offense, I guess to put. But
yeah. I think it's gonna be a close game. That 3.5 points, a half point. That tells me
it
everything I
could
need to
come
know.
down
Give
to
me the
the last
Bucks.
swing.
Give me the Bucks.
Yeah, you
Moving
cover.
on here. You ready to move on? We got moving on here. We
Yeah,
got the Dolphins 3.5 point favorites against the Chargers in Los Angeles. I almost said San Diego. In Los Angeles. Who you got here? I don't know who
honestly,
I got here. I got the Dolphins.
yeah. What was the point again?
3.5 in favor of Miami. I just said that 3.5 on the last one, but this one,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it's going to be as close. I think Dolphins are going to handle them.
I'm kind of with you on the Miami.
Yeah.
Just the
I'm
Chargers
Tyreek
haven't
Hill.
looked right.
Tyreek Hill has made all the difference in Miami.
Yeah, the one thing I'm worried about is Miami's been out. They got obliterated with as far as on the front level last week. Like his
Yeah.
number one defense, and you have both your tackles missing.
Hmm.
Like that's as significant as it gets
Yeah.
for offensive line injuries. So I don't know what that's looking like as far as this week report, but I think still they got too many weapons. So
Yeah.
give me a,
Do you know what were the biggest weapons you could say that the Dolphins got this year that like doesn't really get talked about that much? Like they got Tyreek Hill, right? And that was huge.
yeah, yeah,
Teron Armstead, the left tackle.
yeah, big free agent.
Dude, that fucking Tua's had some time. That's made all the difference in the world for Tua
Yeah.
when he's not getting
That was
slammed on his head. But
that was
you
the
know what I
one
mean?
like that was a perfect signing. But
Mhm.
that was the one thing with Armstead. I think the Saints were willing to let him go because he's had injury history, like
Yeah.
it, like evidently in the past. So and here we are. He's missed. I don't know what he missed the game for, but
Yeah,
it's
he's
like this is resurfacing. So that's a
yeah, but
concern.
the overall season for Armstead, he's been
Yeah,
good.
no, the investment's always worth it. Whether you get 13 games out of him, it's a Pro
Yeah.
Bowl tackle. So
Yeah. A left tackle too. So that's
right,
like even though he's a left-handed
lefty.
quarterback. So
So
does that matter? So does that matter? Do you wanna
I
I
guess it's
never
a
really
different
thought about that.
blindside,
The right tackle is more important, right? For Tua, because he's
right?
left-handed. That's weird.
So
I
that's
never thought about that.
interesting.
Yeah.
But I guess on the bootlegs, he's running left, so it works in that
Yeah.
parameter.
Yeah. I guess either way,
Just keep him
he makes
rolling
it. He's
left.
making a difference. He's definitely
Right.
made a difference there. Yeah. Yeah. So we both got Dolphins here. Moving on, Monday Night Football. We got the
Dun, dun, dun,
Patriots, two
dun,
point
dun,
favorites
dun.
against the Arizona Cardinals. Some are saying this is the biggest game in Bill Belichick's career.
I heard that on the radio, which
Crazy, right?
it's hyperbole, but obviously like
Is it?
career startling because I think of the maybe the it's a better case for the post Brady career
Okay.
because
Yeah.
now it's like he lose there's already like a slight passing thought of like, oh, is this it? Like, has he lost his juice? Like he's missing draft picks, bad contracts. We have the number one tight end room contract wise, and there's not production. The
Yeah.
number two receiving room contract wise,
Yeah. And
no
Jacoby Myers your
production.
best receiver, and he's the
He's
lowest
not even
paid.
getting paid, and
Yeah.
he's your best. So you're not getting production there. Like the draft picks, like I already said, but he's losing his fastball on that. Even as far
Yeah.
as Patriots thing always was, we're all buttoned down. We don't make mistakes. We don't like basically shoot ourselves in the foot. And now we're getting
It's a
key
joke.
holding penalties. Now we're
It's a joke.
getting like
The play
15-yard
calling,
penalties.
Dude, the play calling reminds me of the fucking Wake Forest Bulldogs youth football
Right.
I used to fucking play for. Like, you know what I'm
We're
saying? Like,
playing
this is like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, this is dumb. It's
on
the
third
play
and
calling
10,
is dumb.
third and eights. We're throwing behind the line to Stevenson. So now he's got
Yeah,
to get 10 yards on third
yeah,
and eight.
yeah. Good idea. Good,
And
good.
we're Buffalo last week. We're down multiple scores and we punt at midfield. And it
Yeah.
was like late third or fourth. Oh, I think it was fourth quarter.
Mhm.
Like we're midfield our 40s and punt in the fourth quarter. Like just giving up. You're not
Yeah.
gonna come back
No.
17, but why are
Dude,
you just like throwing in the can? Like,
dude, I don't know why Patricia has the fucking authority he does playing doing the play calling. It's just bad. And if Belichick's gonna fucking be behind this and be like, all right, no, there's no problem. Like he's acting like, fuck, see you later, dude.
that's
I'm all set. You know what
also
I
a
mean?
product. That's a product of him of Belichick, of course, as well. Like he put these guys, qualified or not, in the positions that they're
Yeah.
in, and they're head underwater. So
Mhm.
you can't really blame the coordinators and shit, play calling, because like he delegated that. He
Yeah.
selected his staff. Like he selects the roster. Like he has the full puppetry control.
Yeah. And do you see how the defense has gotten better throughout the year and everything else? It's because they have Gerard Mayo and Steve Belichick, these guys that are defensive guys and have been defensive guys
So
in play for a long time. You know what I mean? Like they have this, and then you put in Matt Patricia, who Matt Stafford said he'll go to any team except for the Patriots because Patricia came here. You know what I mean? Joe Judge, a complete failure at the Giants. I don't know how I talked about it on the
both these
show.
guys left and failed, and then they're
Yeah,
like,
I talked about on the show when the Giants got Judge. I was like, why the hell would they take Joe Judge? Like he's a special teams coach. And the
and
special teams
appoint him the
sucked.
position.
The special teams sucked the year before. It doesn't even make sense. And they took him over Gerard Mayo. That's what was. Well, that's why I was saying is why wouldn't you take Gerard Mayo? Like he's easily, you know what I mean?
Yeah, give him the
It's-
full position. Like,
but they said they give it to Joe Judge, and look what happened, blew up in their face. And then you have Dayball now. He's a puss. He went for a tie last week. A puss. You know what I mean? I
but
liked him up until last week.
uh, but the thing with that is they gave the Matt Patricia the O line gig. So now he's like never done that. He might even be good if you strictly gave him that. So you're gonna give him
You
O line and then you're gonna give him
maybe
play call on the offense.
O
So two
line
things he
is
hasn't
something
done.
I can see him being okay at because he is a defensive minded
Defense, so it
guy.
almost parallels.
Yeah,
But
not
the offense play
quarterbacks.
call and quarterback control, like
Ugh,
they give a like underqualified guy like three jobs, like he's Belichick Jr.
yeah,
Like that's not inspiring.
yeah. No, it's not. But either way, I'm taking the Patriots. For all that being said, they might be playing for their jobs. The whole
That's
staff,
that is true.
offense.
Mac
Hopefully, on the
Jones too.
defense. They should make Gerard Mayo the head coach. Fire Belichick. Never thought I'd say that. Fire Belichick.
Hey, man, we
Get
need to
rid of
check.
Patricia. Get rid of fucking Joe Judge. Keep Steve Belichick on defense coordinator. Make Mayo the head coach. Bring in somebody on offense. Bring in Billy O'Brien back on offense. Boom. Solved.
So that's the
Good
thing. I
GM.
was hearing,
And then we need a GM because Belichick sucks as a GM anyway. Has for a long time.
but
Bring in a real GM.
you have to incentivize Bob because you can't just be like, oh, like he has a sweet gig in Alabama. Like maybe he takes over post Saban, like and then starts a run there. But you can't be like pull him from that success
He wants
spot
to leave. He
to
said he's
be a
waiting for the phone.
coordinator.
He said he's waiting for the phone call.
But to be a coordinator, he wants to be. He's
Yeah.
waiting for a head coach call. So you have to
Okay.
put like a
Fine.
guarantee in
Fine.
there or something.
Fine. Fine. Make him head coach. Leave the defense the
I
way it
mean,
is
I'm with.
with Belichick and Mayo, or get rid of Steve Belichick. I don't give a fuck. And then bring in a different offensive coordinator. O'Brien's got connections
Do
other
you hear
places.
about?
He knows some guys.
They said
You know,
Brian Flores is
bring in
going to
Flores.
be
Perfect.
Brian Flores is going to be in the mix for candidates this coming season. And if he's really in the mix, he's going to get signed instantly from whatever team. Like Houston's calling, Carolina is probably calling. Like there's opportunities there. So if they don't do the Bill thing now, like what's the crop going to be 3 years from now? Like,
Yeah.
like you said, we got BOB, Patriot system. He knows it. You got B Flow, obviously, Patriot system. He knows the building, and whatnot. You got Sean Payton has also been rumored to be in the head coach. Like, obviously, you have to make a lucrative offer for him. He retired, so
Yeah.
but
He wants to come back though. The way it
if
sounds.
he wants to come back, and if that's the option, he's going to be gone like that.
Mm.
So if we don't make that decision, like where we, like we're getting a Dennis Allen type candidates a couple of years
Fuck it.
from now. Like,
Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't care. Let's try it.
he's been one of the worst play callers or decision makers in the league this year. But that's
Ooh, Allen
Allen here.
or Patricia. That's what we have.
Well, both. So who knows? Like that's
What's
might
the
be an
difference then?
even. It
What's the
might be an
difference?
even line.
What's
A
what's the
lateral
difference?
improvement.
You know what I'm saying? I'll try it. It might be different. Maybe his isn't working there, but might work here. I'll
Maybe
trade
Mac
it.
Jones is more receptive to that.
Mac Jones is a good quarterback. Mark my words. He's a good
He's
quarterback.
shown like rookie year has shown it.
Yeah, it's
Just
Patricia's killing him. This
he
play
has
calling's
not,
killing him.
like as a coach, you have to be putting your guys in positions to
Yeah, no,
succeed. Like you're not putting the
no.
coordinators in position to succeed. Therefore, you're putting the players backwards. Like because Jones has played, it's obvious he's played worse than he did. Like rookie year, we're like, okay, we got something,
Yeah, no, it's like what the
and to
fuck?
go complete 180 and start plummeting, it's because you changed. We lost McDaniels. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, but
But
you replace him with
you
garbage.
replace your 16-year OC with like garbage for like
First timer who's an idiot
two
who
first
players
timers,
already don't like across the league.
two first timers that already left and had no success. Like,
Yeah,
what are you gonna expect from this situation?
what we
We were
got?
skeptical. We were skeptical in July when they
Yeah,
were talking about this being a week. I was like, no, they're gonna sign someone like a real coordinator or play call.
nope.
In July and August, I'm hearing the radio. Oh, the offense in camp looks like shit, but they're
Hmm.
gonna get it going. It's new, and we're week 14. Looks like dog shit. So
Yeah,
we had a good 3 week stretch midseason, but it's back to shit.
yeah. But who do you got in the game though? Patriots or Cardinals? Patriots by 2 on the road.
Give me the Cardinals.
Wow.
They're home dogs, and every time the Patriots play a mobile quarterback, it's a disaster. We have
Yeah,
no play speed on that side of the ball.
they have something to
Like you
prove
got
also.
Jawan Bentley is always behind the tight ends. Jonathan
Mm.
Jones is always behind the corner. Like now we're behind the receiver. Now we got D Hop and crew, Rondale
Yeah.
Moore. Like D Hop's not
Moore's out.
fast, but he can
Moore's
play.
out. Ronald Moore's
Moore's
not
out.
playing. Yep.
Okay, but Kyler Murray alone, where if they just do those speed option things, I think no one's beating him to the sideline, in my opinion, unless they shell. I'm just interested to see what they do, but I
Yeah.
don't think it'll be enough.
We'll
Then
see.
you have to put up points too to worry about stopping them, and then the offense that's uninspiring is got to put up points.
We're gonna open up the offense this week. I hope.
Yeah,
I
with
hope.
Zap attack.
I hope. We'll see. Yeah, hopefully, maybe. But let's end it there. I'm gonna
Yeah,
fall asleep.
yeah, no, that was good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. Check us out on social
Sir.
media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and we will see you guys next time. And go to ktsports.com and go view some Saturn on eBay.
Do some Saturn.
Yep. Get
Hit
all
it
your
up.
Christmas stuff there. Ship real quick. Quick shipping. Bang, bang, bang. Just like that. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Y'all be sweet. Peace. Cut.